Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have Evil Eye Eldlich. Now as you can see here, our hand isn't the best. We've drawn the Evil Eye spells and traps without any Evil Eyes. But we do have Summon Limit and Skill Drain on our side. And you know how Summon Limit and Skill Drain go up against Emancipator. They can do anything. So they're going to normal summon Analyzer. They try to use this effect. We activate Skill Drain and Summon Limit. They're going to go ahead try to attack us. We activate Conquistador of Golden Land. Surrenders. Yeah, that was a quick match. We were going to top deck another Extravagance. So very good match. Thank you Ariel132 for the game. Next replay. For this replay we are up against seems to be Dragoonity, if I'm right. Yep, Dragoonity for sure. They've opened 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. So let's see how they go. We set another 3 Golden Land Forever and 2 Skrull Sanguine. So we do have 1 negate-ish. They're gonna start with the Dragoonity Scientist. They're gonna go ahead activate Phalanx. They're gonna summon them. They have 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird, and we're gonna be negating the Romulus because they no longer have any play from there on out. In case he doesn't know, this Lechery is not live because he does not control the Morphage monster. So we're going to go ahead and get the search for Conquistador. They're just going to draw us. Doesn't affect us too much. We're going to use the effect of Lord in the graveyard to dump land, and land will dump another copy of Conquistador. We're going to activate Sanguine, which will summon another Golden Lord. And we end on a pop and some extra follow-up. So they have the Droll. They top deck Remus, one of the best top decks you could have had. Unfortunately for him, he is going to be, his Dragon Ravine will be met with Conquistador of the Golden Land, and he proceeds to concede. So, we didn't really show off the Evil Eyes that much in that replay right there, but we will see a lot of Evil Eye in the next one, and let's just check that out now. Right here we have, Zodiac. Seems to be Zodiac Eldlich. I presume it's a potent deck, but he's gonna go into Trident, White Destiny to summon Golden Lord, and he has a Golden Land Forever and a Summon Limit, which is good for him. We're gonna start with an Extravagance, and he's gonna flip up that Summon Golden Land Forever. But we're gonna activate Eldlich Golden Lord to pop his get rid of his Trident. We're gonna normal summon Cezreal, which will equip Evil Eye Celine. We're gonna set our third Extravagance because we did draw 3, and we're gonna attack for some damage. Now this Cezreal does have the ability to pop a card whenever we like. He's gonna go ahead and activate Golden Lord. We're gonna activate Cezreal, not just to pop, but it will just buff the Cezreal up a tiny bit because I know it can be destroyed by card effect. So he's gonna attack, will be protected from the Evil Eye Celine. We're gonna go ahead, top deck Evil Eye Gorginia, and Cezreal will trigger, popping our own Golden Lord. He unfortunately doesn't get the extra attack because the Celine was popped, and he's gonna activate Huaquero to banish one of our Golden Lords. So right here we have the Golden Lord and another spell trap, so we can go ahead destroy his other Golden Lord. We're going to equip it Evil Eye Celine. We're going to pop his Conquistador, and it'll gain another bit of attack. We're going to go ahead summon Golden Lord once again, and he concedes. Couldn't do much in that regard either. Our opponent was just kind of forced to play their own game. The Evil Eye engine does give a tiny bit of beatdown. It kind of gives a beatdown sense to the deck where you're able to get like a 10,000 attack point Cezreal and attack per game. We also have a way to pretty consistently get to an extra negate off Empress of the Evil Eye in her extract right here, because Cezreal plus any Evil Eye in the entire deck is just a free monster negate. So let's go straight to the deck profile now. Because the deck is very potent. It does have the ability to just kind of wreck your opponent in some regards, but let's go to the deck profile now. So right here we have the deck. First off, 3 copies of Golden Lord, kind of mandatory. Its effect to get rid of cards without destroying in the hand is very powerful. 3 copies of Cezreal. Cezreal is basically the Stratos for the Evil Eye engine. It can search any Evil Eye card, which is very powerful. and 2 copies of Basilisk. We just run 2 because it's not a bad card to draw, but it's not necessarily what you would want as a 3 of, because it does kind of rely on you having an Evil Eye monster. So just 2 of it is perfectly fine. And those are kind of our only monsters. We run 8 of them, but it does work pretty well in the end. 3 copies of Extravagance, just the draw power, we don't use your extra deck that much. 1 copy of Black Awakening, 1 copy of White Destiny. These are our 2 elixirs. Once again, they're kind of the worst elixirs, just 1 and 1 is just fine. 1 copy of Terraforming, just to search your Pareidolia, I think it's pronounced. 1 copy of Confrontation, basically an MST or a Cosmic Cyclone if you have a Evil Eye Selene in your spell trap zone. 1 copy of White Destiny, once again one of the worst elixirs. Does come up sometimes if you kind of just want to what do you call it? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. If you want to consume your Scarlet Sanguines and you do have the Golden Lord on the field, you can just use White Destiny as kind of a backup option. 3 copies of Curse Land, basically a cleave for scouts, searching whatever you need. 2 copies of Gorginio and 2 copies of Selene. You do kind of want to see these often because your Evil Eyes do rely on you having them in your hand. So 2 and 2 is fine, mainly because we don't max out on them as in 3 and 3. Because it does rely on us having an Evil Eye on the field. I was thinking of just cutting each of them down because it does rely on us having an Evil Eye, but I just feel 2 and 2 is perfectly fine. 3 copies of Pareidolia. It's basically just searches any Evil Eye monster when it's activated, and it has a battle effect too that we don't use too many times, but it's a pretty nice card to have, and it does help us search Cezreal, which is one of our main play starters. 1 copy of Evil Eye Defeat. This basically is a compulsory evacuation device, and if you do have an Evil Eye Selene in your spell trap zone, you can basically bounce 2 instead, which is very powerful. 3 copies of Scarlet Sanguine, the best elixir, because it can just play on your opponent's turn, as well as on your turn you can just set a Conquistador and just kind of summon Golden Lord and attack for some damage. 3 copies of Conquistador, the most important Golden Land, as it is able to just pop cards for free. 3 copies of Summon Limit. This is one of the better floodgates in this deck, just because it does have the ability to limit the amount of summons each player takes, as the Evil Eye engine doesn't summon too much. At most it summons up to like 3 times a turn, but Summon Limit is very good, as it can be an auto win against certain decks. 1 copy of Skill Drain, Skill Drain is Skill Drain, you can't go wrong with that. It just stops all your opponent's monsters and basically wins you the game, as you saw there with my Emancipator opponent. 1 copy of Huaquero. This is a May Golden Land card. It does come up sometimes, but not that much against decks that don't focus around their graveyard. 1 copy of Golden Land Forever. 1 copy of Golden Land Forever. It's just a solid addition, as it does it can tribute your trap monsters for an extra negate, which is very nice because they do want to be in your graveyard. And finally, 2 copies of Retribution, just a free spell trap negate. For extra deck, we run 2 copies of Super Dreadnought Juggernaut Libe, 2 copies of Gungardai, and 1 copy of Gustav Max. They're kind of just 2 OTK with if you get 2 or more copies of Eldlich the Golden Lord. Just really helps a lot. 1 copy of Magnet Crusader Avermax, basically a free, very powerful monster because it is a very defensive option. Just a very sticky monster. It can be targeted. On top of that, it's almost impossible for your opponent to get over by battle, and if it's ever sent to your graveyard, you get to spin a card your opponent controls, which is very nice. 1 copy of Boral Sword. This is just for going for OTKs. 1 copy of Access Code. This is once again is for OTKs and just demolishing your opponent's board. And finally, 1 copy of Appaloosa. It doesn't come up that much. You can swap this out for an Unchained Abomination, but sometimes it can come, just being able to get an extra couple of negates on the board. 3 copies of Zerziel. Zerziel is is kind of an OTK option for your Evil Eyes. You don't really want to banish it that much with Extravagant. And basically, this is your main OTK option, as not only it's basically a free pop if it's equipped with Evil Eye Celine with almost no drawback, and also just is a very strong OTK option, as a 2600 attacker which can attack twice is just 5200 on its own, and if you can combine it with something like a Boral Sword, you pretty much win. 3 copies of Gorgon. Gorgon is really good, as it's basically a walking impermanence if you open Zerziel, Cezreal, and any other Evil Eye card, which is very nice. And basically, you go into this very often in terms of your Evil Eyes, as having a full Eldlich board with just an extra negate never hurt anybody, and that is kind of the entire deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, as it really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.